Oh, we got some stuff to talk about today. You know, for the longest time, and I think a lot of you that watch this, you guys have been in these gaming streets for a while. A lot of people like to act like Microsoft and Xbox, just the company itself, can't deliver output of games. The every 3 months a game is not realistic. A really big popular game every 3 months is not realistic. And I feel like they're showing that. Obviously they had to buy studios like Bethesda, well, companies like Bethesda, and right now they're going after Activision, Blizzard, and King. But in order to produce that amount of content, you need to do stuff like that. So it's looking like it's been leaked that we're actually going to get a Quake 2 remake, and it's going to be, well, it kind of seemed like a Quake 2 remaster, and it's going to be shown at QuakeCon, and I don't know if it's going to come out the same day or not, but this is interesting. Now, look, let me tell you a little bit of history about myself. I enjoy the Doom franchise. I'm not the biggest, I would say, well-rounded person when it comes to the Doom franchise. I know the original character's name's Doom Guy. I just don't know like lore or anything behind it. And I know Quake is a huge franchise alongside with Doom that people love, and it's interesting that ID is going to be able to take another crack at Quake. I think that with Quake 2, it shows one thing and one thing consistently. It's people acted like Microsoft would never revisit these older games. People acted like when they bought these Bethesda games that they would just wither away. Now, obviously, we don't know what the actual game state's going to be. It's not out yet. And, for the most part, I don't even think it's been confirmed by anyone big yet. I think it's just been reported off of the leaks. It's just, what's crazy to me is it shows you that, like, look, Microsoft wants to do better. Microsoft wants to bring you content that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. The one thing I don't like about this, too, is the fact that, look, okay, maybe not like is a strong word. I don't know why this is on PlayStation and them. Maybe this is one of those games that, case by case, and it would make more sense it makes more sense to give, like, as far as like a legacy title, even though it's a remake, to give it to everyone. But to me, Xbox, Microsoft, you bought this company to give more value to your ecosystem, and to a point, it's like this is a remaster or / remake. We don't quite know which one yet. Just release it. Like, don't bring it on the other platforms that you don't personally gain anything off of. PC makes sense. I covered the other day a Oblivion game that's being made, which is ironic, may I add, because people say they weren't going to make older games. It does look like Oblivion's in the works. Now, that's not confirmed either, but there's a lot of big people that are pushing it and saying that it does make sense. Now, whether or not that happens is up in the air. We've heard rumors of a Fallout New Vegas remake because they own Obsidian and they own Bethesda, so they would be able to make something like that. It shows that Microsoft wants to give you titles. You look at something like Starfield. You look at something like Hi-Fi Rush. Obviously that game was starting. It's built after Microsoft bought the company. They were working on that before, they bought it. So it makes sense that some people would be skeptical. Addict, these games, they were coming out regardless. Yeah, you don't know that though. In a age where constantly companies are being threatened to be shut down, there's a realm where Tango Studios goes under before they're able to get Hi-Fi Rush out if they would have stayed independent. And we never would have seen Hi-Fi Rush. That is a real life scenario. And when you see stuff like this Quake 2 remake rumor or remaster rumor, you see all of these games that's coming out of the woodwork that we haven't heard of in years. And a lot from Bethesda. Like I said, Obsidian, Fallout New Vegas, potentially, when you got an Oblivion remake in the works. You have, it looks like a Quake 2 remake in the works or remaster. Like, This is stuff people actually wanted. These are very highly sought for games with remakes, and Microsoft is interesting in bringing this stuff forward. Now, it kind of makes me think if Quake 2 is on PlayStation, whenever it's confirmed, I don't even know when QuakeCon is, it makes me think that maybe Oblivion's going to be a multi-plat if it does get remade or remastered. And it's like I said, I understand from a consumer side that's good, but to me, it's like you need to really use those titles to bring a lot of value to your ecosystem. You know, Oblivion is, you could argue, is one of the most loved franchise of Elder Scrolls because a lot of people remember Oblivion besides like Skyrim. And if that game's on PlayStation, it's going to be very good because it'll be in Game Pass. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, man, imagine you had to buy an Xbox Series X just to play Oblivion. Obviously, you can get it on PC, but I don't think that's really the case here. I'm talking really at this moment about, you know, console market. I think it would move units. I really do. And the fact that, you know, as a potential that might be on PlayStation is a little sad and discomforting because it's like, damn, Xbox. Like, you have such good tools and arsons to you, and you give it to the competition, man. Like I said, I don't care if more people play it. I just think from a business standpoint, your competition would have no problem ripping off, let's say they bought Square Enix and they started remaking older Final Fantasies like they're doing with 7. Sony and PlayStation would have no problem ripping those Final Fantasies off of your platform because they're doing it now and they don't even own the company. So when you're remaking these older games that Bethesda owned, like Quake 2, Oblivion, you know, maybe Fallout New Vegas, put that on your ecosystem. Put that on your PC and well, not your PC, but put that on PC and put that on Xbox consoles. Don't put that on PlayStation because at the end of the day, your competition doesn't care about what value or not value that your platform brings to your consumers. You have to make that. And, you know, in a realm where PlayStation are constantly locking Final Fantasies behind the door. Now, obviously, we've seen a little bit of good grace when it comes to this. We've seen Final Fantasy 14. That's coming to Xbox. So maybe that will, you know, encourage that relationship to grow and we see more of these games come to Xbox. But right now, 16's not on Xbox. 7's not on Xbox. Rebirth is not on Xbox. Just go ahead, make that last thing, and the games you do make for your platform or just games you make in general, make sure it's an ecosystem for your platform. Don't fuel the enemy. And I know enemy is probably a strong word. Don't fuel the competition that don't care about your survival, because if Xbox went out of business tomorrow, I have a highly feeling that PlayStation would be okay with that. You know, they try to ruin the Call of Duty as they should. They have taken away multiple exclusives from you as they should. Don't give them the ones that you have that's valuable, that could actually bring value to your ecosystem. And if it comes to everything, it comes to everything. At the end of the day, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to play it regardless. But I think, you know, from a business standpoint, don't do that, Xbox. But anyway, put in the comment section below what you guys think. I think Microsoft's doing a good job. I think their first party starting to really ramp up how much content they're delivering. You know, from Quake, Starfield, Forza. There's a lot of stuff. Hi-Fi Rush at the beginning of the year. You clearly see that they are going out there and they're delivering games. Clearly, we got to see the games. Put in the comment section below what you guys feel about that. And, you know, appreciate all the support you guys have been giving me. But until next time, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace.